All right, I think we're live. Hello, everyone.
Hey,
So
everyone.
let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're catching the replay, give us a hashtag replay. And also, I want to know if you know Haley, where did you meet Haley? If you know me, where did you meet me? Yeah, let us know. Whether you're watching the replay or you're live, let us know. So, Haley and I know each other through our online business, and I am really, really excited to showcase her and her amazingness and what in her life has shifted since she decided to partner up with me in this setting. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in. So
Let's do it.
yeah, I'm Coral Lee. This is Haley.
And I'm Haley Mattea Glasco.
Perfect. We met through a mutual friend, Bree, who I was living with last year. If it weren't for Bree, like I don't think Haley and I would know each other. So it's really, really cool. And yeah, we do online business together. So Haley, I'd like to start off by asking you a bit about your background and where you were in your life back in December, January, when you first decided to come into this business.
All right. So for a while now, I've been a server and a bartender, and I spent most of my time in restaurants and in customer service, and a lot of time on my feet and being around people. In January and December, I was 8 months pregnant and just becoming a single mom and realizing that I was going to need some more time for my child and myself, actually. So trying to figure out ways on how I could make money in less time, or excuse me, in less with more time, should I say. So I wanted to be able to be there for my son and not to put him in childcare. So it was really exciting for me to find this online business and meet you, because it was kind of calling something in on how can I be with my son more and not spend so many hours in the restaurant when I can be with him.
Absolutely. And I think we resonate so much in that sense, because that was my background too, was being a server and just the restaurant hustle, and especially
Totally.
in the time, just like hustling, working hard, making decent money, but very inconsistent money and very like dependent on the night or the day or whatever that was like. So yeah, we
absolutely
both resonate in that sense. And as a mom, it just kind of changes the game, because you don't want to be working all the time anymore. And you're paying for daycare when you are working, so you want to make your work time worth it and things like that. So when we can get creative about what quote unquote our work gets to look like, that's really cool. And what was really cool for me is watching you come into this business and watching you just like get traction right away. It was all in alignment. You were still pregnant, and then you got to receive money with a newborn,
yeah, which was really amazing.
Not jobs where you're like receiving money on maternity leave. So
yeah, I actually like received money the day that I had my son, which was amazing. Yeah,
I feel like you should make a post about that sometime if you have.
Yeah, I should. It's a pretty cool story.
Story. So Haley, if you were to reflect on that dividing moment when you were, kind of looking at your life and changes that you had and your son coming, and you decided to link arms with me in this business, what would look different in your life right now if you hadn't taken that leap?
Oh man. A lot of fear, probably, and wondering what I was going to be doing with my future. I feel like now I'm really solid and I know where I'm headed and kind of what my future will look like. I definitely don't know where I would be without this business, or if I'd linked arms with you. It seems like it's just really natural, and I can't even imagine not being here. It's kind of just like perfect and totally in flow with where I am with my life. I definitely called it in, and I didn't even know that I was really like looking for it necessarily for this in particular until it came. And then I was just like, oh, yep, this is it.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like we can set the intention, and I think that's actually when things line up and synchronize us for us the most. It's like we set the intention of what we
Mhm.
want the result to look like, but we don't hold on to what the actual thing needs to look like because we don't know, because it's out of our
Exactly.
knowledge. It hasn't come to us. If we did know, we would already be doing it. So when you're just like open to like, this
Mhm.
is what I want to create, I'm open to that opportunity, whatever it looks like coming to me, and being open to that, and getting through any like blocks or triggers that might come up when it does present itself to me. That's where we can see radical change. And I've seen that.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, and the right opportunity arises.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So what problems, I don't want to say the word problem necessarily, but what were some of your internal struggles or external struggles that you were facing um, prior to this? And you've kind of gone into this already, but was there anything that hasn't come up before that really like led you to this place that you're at now?
Well, I've definitely touched on fear a lot. I mean, definitely a lot of fear around money, and a fear around like, is this the right choice? Do I really want to spend my energy here? I think the biggest one was definitely money, and woo, there goes my phone. And investment. Just like investing in myself was really, really scary. And just because I was really low on money at the time, becoming a single mom, knowing that my serving and bartender job, I was going to be going on maternity leave.
Mhm.
So just investing in myself was really scary at that time. And so it took me some time to really dive deep and make the decision to put actually what the money, geez, sorry. My phone's propped up right now. It's not working very well. Um, and so it was really scary for me to put the money that I did have into investing in myself.
Mhm.
Although I'm really grateful that I did, because it's paid back for what I did invest in myself, and now more to come.
Mhm.
So I'm really grateful that I stepped past that fear and just said, I can invest this, and a good choice, and not be so afraid and let the fear stop me. Because I definitely don't know where I would be if I had let the fear stop me. I wouldn't be here, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to say hi to Kelly and Kristen, who are both on. Thanks for joining us, ladies. Yeah,
Hey, Kelly. Hey, Kristen.
what was so cool with you, Haley, is because like so many people in that position, being I think you were like less than 2 months out from your due date, they would have been like, now is not the time to invest money. Now is not the time to spend. Now is the time to save what little I have, and you really were able to be like, just listen to your intuition on that, and you're like, no, actually, this is something that's for my son and I. And
Totally.
it's like you had every reason not to, but
Mhm.
you flipped that into fuel to invest in your future, because you understood that like money can be spent on a lot of things, but when you spend it on something
Mhm.
that can in return in the long run make you money, like that's really powerful. And a lot of people don't see
Definitely.
it.
Yeah. And I was thinking about where that money, would have gone or could have gone or whatever. And I'm thinking, it could go anywhere. That money could be here today and gone tomorrow. So might as well put into something that can have a return.
Yeah, absolutely. And investing in ourselves is like all, you may not see the return right away, but it's always the most long-term return.
Totally. Absolutely.
So, what has left the biggest impression on you so far with being plugged into this? Is it our wider community that's based out of Australia and global, the personal development piece, um, the business skills, your physical health, or our smaller team atmosphere, our entrepreneurial launch point team?
I think each of those have their own like specialness to me. Definitely the wider community has been like insane. I just can't even believe the amount of support, the amount of leadership, the amount of mentorship that we do receive. Because when I went into this, I didn't know where to start necessarily, but I knew that I had this community that would help me, and you, of course, that can help me to know where to start and where to turn next. So definitely the business skills, the wider community, the small, like our team, every little part has made huge, huge impact in my life. I mean, just personally in my business and just the way that I navigate through life.
Yeah, I noticed that too. For me, it's like it's almost like a new filter was placed on my life where I like had gratitude for things that I never would have thought to have gratitude for, or just like my resilience improved with being plugged into this. And I know it's hard to pick this
Definitely.
one, but that was a great answer.
Yeah, it is hard to pick just one because each little piece has really caused so much change in my life. And I think every day it's like a different part of the puzzle that's amplifying. And I just want to say every single day, all day, there's always some sort of change in me because of this community. There's constantly like learn or trainings to watch, or there's just all sorts of new information coming in, book recommendations, all sorts of things that are totally changing my life. And even just on a personal level, I'm not the same person I am since I've come in this business, and I'm really, really grateful for that.
Absolutely. And that leads kind of into the next one. So was this your first like entrepreneurial adventure, Haley?
Yeah. So
Did you-
I've invested, kind of had the idea on like, oh, I'm going to maybe sell this or do this, but nothing really has ever stuck. I never really knew where to turn or how to actually build an online business. So that's why when I entered this business, I knew that since I had the tools now with this community, that I knew that this was an option for success and I wasn't going to give up.
I love that. So what's different about this opportunity than like other things that you kind of dabbled in and other jobs that you've had?
Passion, definitely passion. I feel an alignment. I just feel super aligned with this community and this business, and I believe in it. I'm totally in beliefs. I'm like I said, I'm changed. I'm not the same person, and for the better, in my opinion. And so I think that's really it.
I love that answer. That was like perfect answer. I mean, passion and fulfillment in my career has always been really, really high on the priorities for me. And for years, like I didn't know what career to find that in. And my husband's so passionate about his career as a chef and like fresh food and farm to table. And he'd be like, Coral, what's your passion? Like, why are you still working in the restaurant? Like, what's your passion? And the thing is it hadn't come to me yet. Like the right career, it didn't even true like in this capacity, it didn't exist yet. And
Yep.
I just kept saying, I'll know it when I see it. And he kind of was like, well, should you go back to school? Like, should you pursue something? And I was like, no, it's gonna come to me, I swear. And it did in like an unexpected way, which was really cool.
Totally. I think the same thing for me. It was like I knew passion, and I knew the right thing was going to come to me. And especially if I just kept calling it in and doing the work and trusting. And it did. And I think a huge part of this that was missing for me in a server and bartender job was I want to help others. And that's a huge part of this business, is helping others to create the life that they love to live. And I just love that. It brings me so much joy to see other people loving their life and living the life that they want to live.
Yeah, absolutely. I was reading in a book that we recommend in our community, A Happy Pocket Full of Money, and in one
Love
of
that
the
book.
chapters, they say like um the best like way that you can create wealth is to help other people create wealth and change their life. And I just was like, that's so cool, because it's like the ripple effect is the best way for you to unlock that within yourself, is when you can support other people in unlocking that for themselves.
Definitely. And what's so cool is that the business that we're in supports that so much, because it is a part of helping. It's huge in helping others, and which builds success on both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also just being inspired by others who've gone first and like what they've been able to create for themselves, and having that confirmation that like if you stick with it, it works.
Definitely.
Just stay the path, it works.
That's definitely been huge for me, is just having our big leaders and stuff, and seeing who has walked before us and seeing their results and learning from them is just huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and then my last question for you right now is, if you could say anything to yourself in those moments when you were really hesitating on whether this was the right leap and the right decision, what would you tell yourself rewinding back to December when you were in that place?
Just do it. Definitely just do it. Because if I knew how I feel now and my results now, then it wouldn't have even been a question for me. And so I would just tell myself, just do it.
I love that. So good. You didn't let yourself talk yourself out of it. So that's amazing.
No, definitely not. I thought about it, but
Awesome.
yeah.
Well, for those of you who have tuned in, those of you who watched the replay, thank you so much. Haley and I want to invite you into a workshop that's going on right now that some of our leaders that we've kind of referred to that have created massive results in their life and business and massive change. They are putting on this incredible workshop. I was just watching the replay from one of them this morning, and I was just like so fired up because they were talking about legacy and impact, and how like there's people that make so much money but they never see their family and they're not giving back and all of that, and how you like it takes a symbiosis of having the money is a huge support, but also you want to have the time freedom and you want to have the ability to be putting that money in ways that impact others and all of that. So it was getting me really fired up. You guys can still join this workshop. There is one more day left. It's 4 trainings. They're all a little less than an hour. And you can work your way through that. If that sounds like something that would be interesting to you, again, it's totally free and it gives you a really good idea about what the hell we're talking about, because we're talking about online business, but like, what do we do? How do we actually make money? How is it structured? And all of that is answered within that workshop. So just reach out to Haley if you know Haley, or reach out to me if you know me, and we will make sure to grab you the link for that.
Yeah, I'm just loving that workshop, guys. I think you'll love it too. It's super full of information and so much value. So please join us and we'd love to see you there.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Coral.
Yay. This was really fun.
It was. Yeah. Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, cool. All right, you guys, I'm doing this every week, Wednesday at 11:30. So tune in next week if you find this valuable, and let us know if you watched it. Don't be a ghost. Let us know. And, yeah, we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah. See you guys next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.